we're lucky enough to have some of our students former John Hay teachers. So can I have those teachers please stand up? Let's give them a big round of applause. And last but not least, we also have some parents and some family members and members of our community. And if you can please stand up, students, I think we owe them a huge round of applause. So if you can please stand up. So each year during our meeting of assembly, I get the honor to start off the ceremony with providing you with some words of wisdom. So I'm going to take this opportunity today. In past years, I've used this as an opportunity to provide some key wisdom points that I think will be particularly useful in middle school. In past years, I've done this, and I must admit I always feel like I end up leaving some things out. So this year, I've decided to kind of switch it up a little bit and let our students provide the points of wisdom. So, I'm not sure, students, if you remember, but 2 weeks ago, I had you fill out a survey which I titled 5th grade end of the year principal survey. Do you remember this? Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually have the honor to share with you some of these points of wisdom, which I find to be extremely wise. And we're going to focus on some of these reflections. So I'm not going to use names, so I don't want you to worry. But I do think that your points of reflection were quite wise, and I want to share them with your family. So I'd like to invite everyone to listen and reflect on the wisdom of our 5th graders. All right, so the first question I asked is, what do you believe is the purpose of education, and why does our nation/state require you to go to school? I believe that this is an important question to reflect upon. Why do we spend so much time in the classroom? Most of you have roughly spent already 1,180 days in school and over 6,000 hours of instructional time at John Hay alone. When you graduate from high school, you'll likely have spent over 12,000 hours engaged in classroom instruction. This, quite frankly, is a lot of your time. I think in order to make the most of this opportunity, it is important to understand, or at least have an answer to the question, why do I go to school, and why is it important? So here's how you and classmates responded to this question, and I must admit I'm very, very proud and impressed with these responses. So let's take a look here. So the first response is that the purpose of education is to make people smart, honest, and kind. I believe the purpose of education is to make kids more prepared for the future. The more you learn, the more you know. The more you know, the more you can help yourself and all the world in adulthood. The purpose of education is to be more intelligent so that we can make our community and our world better. If we didn't go to school, we wouldn't progress and we wouldn't invent things. I think the purpose of education is going to school to learn about what you're good at and what decisions you'll make in the future. My hope for you, students, is for you to move to John Hay and to make the most of your classroom time. I hope that you use your education to better yourself and those around you. And this was very much reflected in the responses. I have to say I was quite proud of that response because I think we have a tendency in our country to sometimes view education from the perspective that is solely to get a good job or for economic advancement. And I think that's part of it, but I also think we're aware of this gift so that we can make the lives of those around us much better. And I think you reflected that, so I was quite proud. Good job. Excellent. All right, next question is, what's the greatest or important lesson you have learned at John Hay, and why? You had some pretty interesting responses. Great. All right, here we go. The first one was, the greatest lesson I learned at John Hay was when I was in 1st grade, and my teacher, Ms. Witt, taught me how to read. You need to know how to read in order to really succeed in life. That was a sweet story. Next, the greatest lesson I learned was not to give up. The greatest and most important lesson I learned at John Hay is to treat everyone fairly with respect because everyone has feelings. For me, the most important lesson is to do your best work and never give up. The most important lesson for me is because when you strive to do your best, it will pay off. This lesson is to be grateful for what you have. This is important because there are many people less fortunate than you, and you should always be grateful for what you have. Once again, an extraordinary amount of wisdom. I think as adults, if I personally displayed this wisdom, I would be better off for it. So I'm very impressed with our fifth graders. So to follow up on this question, I asked, how will you apply these lessons learned throughout your elementary school experience? You responded, I will look back to the past and see what worked and what didn't. I will also try new things like I did at John Hay. Next, I will try my hardest in new environments and keep on reading. And thanks to Ms. Powers, I will shower more together every day. Most of all, I respect others and reach for the stars. I think this is going to sound really good. And lastly, you stated, I will use the knowledge I have learned to help make better decisions in my lifetime. I will always remember what I've learned. I hope it means that you move from John A. that you'll listen to those around you who care about you, your teachers, your parents, your family, and your friends, and that you absorb different life lessons and apply them to better your life and those around you. Whether you're out in the classroom or not, I want you to strive to be a life learner. All right, so finally, our last question I asked you was looking back for the past 6 years, what has been your favorite memory at John Hay? And this is how you responded. In the past 6 years, my favorite memory was when I first time I met Mr. Stern, because he was the tallest man I've ever seen. Now that he's an average height. My favorite memory of John Hay is in the second grade when I was welcomed around by another student and showed around the classroom. I am good friends with him now. It's one of my favorite memories because it showed me that someone wanted to be my friend. My favorite memory was Camp Islandwood because I had a whole new take on school. I learned about science and the natural environment, which was fascinating, and I spent time with my friends. Looking back for the past 3 years, at John Hay, my favorite memory was the science fair. It was my favorite memory because I brought my project to school, which were mice to the fair. It was so exciting. And last but not least, I said my favorite memory was all the great teachers. They have all been so nice to me, and they made me a better person. I'm extremely proud of this fifth grade class. These answers and dozens more displayed thoughtful and critical thinking. They displayed what fun time you had at John Hay with your friends and teachers, and they displayed a group of students who enjoy life and who enjoy learning. Throughout their years at John Hay, these fifth graders have demonstrated outstanding effort in the classroom, as well as excellent citizenship and a genuine concern for others. I would like to conclude my speech by taking this opportunity to tell each one of you just how proud I am of you. I'm excited about the gifts you bring to this world, and personally feel optimistic as a result of that, optimistic for the future. I personally enjoy getting to know you. I wish you the very best, and I certainly hope that each one of you come back and update myself as well as your teachers about your experiences in middle school and high school. So I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, and just personally thank you for the opportunity to have been with you.